What's up, y'all? It's your boy DDF, man, tuning in. I haven't been on YouTube for a while doing videos. I've been pretty busy, been having a very productive summer. So, my bad to not getting to all my fans and my viewers out there on the YouTube world. But I'm actually bringing a new video to you today about a very important topic. I've been on Twitter and Facebook and just discussing with a few different friends, um, just throwing out these different ideas. And just as we get older, my generation, we just look at how things have changed as far as how we were raised and how a lot of things that were taught have are lost in the younger generation and the younger culture. And today I titled this video, "What Happened to Teaching Your Kids Values and Morals and Off Top Respect?" Um, what brought about this video for me is the fact that I have a lot of friends that have children now. I'm still in my 20s, but I have friends that have kids, and I just see them and I see people out in public situations with their children, and just knowing of other family members that discuss people with kids and how their kids act around them. And one of the main things that everyone discussed is the fact that kids seem to not have respect for adults. And growing up in the 80s, for all of you guys out there, and then even some of you 70s babies, but I know you 80s babies know what I'm talking about. You had to be, first of all, you could even talk to adults unless spoken to first. It was one of those type of things where if I'm not talking to you, because you're a child, don't talk to me like direct, like we're both on that same level. Now, one thing you do had to do when you approach adults and when you walk into the room, you speak. That's what you do. You see, my mom used to always tell me, don't you see your uncle, don't you see your cousins, don't you see your grandma? What you supposed to say? Hi, whatever. These kids nowadays will walk past you, look you up and down, like you supposed to be speaking to them. I'm like, did you teach your kids how to speak to adults and how to be cordial? Another thing, let me start off top. First thing, values. You have to teach your children the importance of value of self, and you also have to teach your children the value of respect for others. One thing I learned when I was younger, and I didn't understand it then, but I really love it, and I appreciate the fact now that my mother, I was born and raised in a single parent household, and my mother instilled a lot of things in me and my sister that we cherish to this day. And one of the things is just having common courtesy and respect, decency. And in this world, you have to have a sense of value and a level of knowing right from wrong. And a lot of the things that I've witnessed over the past few years is that these people don't even be, I mean, these kids are out here listening to the same albums I'm listening to. And don't get me wrong, when I was a kid in the 80s, they used to do what they call house parties. But when there was house parties jumping off in the hood, kids couldn't be in the same room. We had to either be in the basement. I don't know if y'all I'm from Seattle, Washington. Shout out to the town. Get in the basement. That was our thing. You shouldn't be, when grown ups is doing what they call grown up stuff, partying, drinking, whatever. We couldn't even be in the room. We couldn't even be in the facility. I mean, it was like they were like guards on deck. When we try to creep upstairs, get your back downstairs. Nowadays, kids sit up standing next to the adults. The adults to talk about grown folks stuff and who doing what and drinking and smoking, and the kids are just sitting there like this is what they're supposed to be about. I've noticed nowadays with technology and video games and the internet, kids don't play no more. We had to go outside and play. I mean, we in the summertime we was at that park. We would get up, we would get fed, get your clothes on, and around there it's around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I'm from the South End, so go on down the South Shore, go down to that free lunch, get your free lunch, and go to the park and play, or go down to the community center and play. We be down there till right before the sun go down. So when the sun go down, you better be back at the house. And we learned the values of playing and knowing what it was to be a child and not being an adult. We knew the difference. We knew that it got to the point where we was trained when three or more grown folks was in a room, we already knew to just walk ourselves outside to go play or walk ourselves downstairs. And if we try to be sneaky about it, one of my aunties or uncles or my grandma or my mom would be like, now what you supposed to do? You don't even question it. You just get up and do your thing. Nowadays, kids talk back. I've done seen kids talk back to their mama like they was one of them. And the importance of this video, what I want to get, my point I want to get across is the fact that what happened to teaching our kids values and morals and respect. One of the things that I've noticed is that my grandparents' generation, a lot of them are dying off, and a lot of the values that was taught down to my parents and our parents, our age, to my generation, has died off. So now you have these people having kids earlier in life, from like 1985 until, and they're not teaching their kids values and respect, because a lot of the values and respect that they were supposed to be taught, they were never taught. So it's kind of like the blind leading the blind now, and you're gonna my fear is you're raising a generation that's gonna be out there that's chaotic. I mean, I'm looking at it now, like kids are out here shooting, and back in my day, the biggest thing that jumped off was a good fight, a good street fight. If somebody had a problem with somebody, we gonna go outside and fight, and that was like the big deal. Nowadays, kids are shooting guns like toys, and I'm like, first of all, where's all these guns coming from? First of all, second of all, I'm watching the news and looking at stuff. The little 8-year-old girl, I think it was in Chicago, that was out jump roping or something and got shot in the crossfire. Kids can't even go outside and play no more. We used to go play and have fun. We didn't have to worry about if we was gonna get shot coming home from the park. I mean, the world is just crazy. I know y'all see my boy back there, MJ. In case y'all don't know, I keep a couple of framed pictures of MJ. That's my guy right there. May he rest in peace. He got a birthday coming up, but may he rest in peace. He's on my wall in the office, my office facility. But yeah, I mean, what happened to teaching your kids values, morals, and respect? I want you guys to comment on this video. Let me know what you think. If you guys don't see some reckless kids out there doing what they know they ain't supposed to do, it's to the point where you see somebody else's kids acting up and you want to comment, I ain't got no kids. And I'll be wanting to say, excuse me, you might need to whoop they, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't believe in abusing kids at all. That's completely wrong. But I do believe in discipline, and I do believe in structure. Because if you don't teach your kids discipline and structure in this world, when they become 18 and become adults, please believe somebody out in this world is going to teach them some discipline and some structure. Trust me. Because when you're out here living chaotic and out here living careless, you're going to go to jail, you're going to go to prison, and please believe they're going to put hands on you. So I do believe that you should teach your kids values, morals, respect, structure. You know what I'm saying? For example, I ain't gonna call nobody out, but somebody I know got a teenager, and this teenager don't know nothing about chores, don't know nothing about how to conduct themselves in a productive manner. I'm like, once I first hit 16 years old, I got my first job. I got my first job because I wanted a car. I wanted to keep Jordans on my feet. I wanted to keep the nice clothes. But my mother always taught me, when you want those finer things in life, you're gonna have to work for them. When you become an adult, you're gonna have to work for these things. Yeah, up until before you got 16, I supported that because you were my child. But now that you're old enough to make your own money and you want to wear $150 tennis shoes, you're gonna go out there and get you a job. And when I was 16, she would say, okay, well, since you got you a little part-time job, you come up with half the money for your shoes, since you want to buy $150 shoes, and I'll supply you with the rest. When I turned 18, I was now at that age where I could buy my own. But she was teaching me structure in life. So now that I'm an adult, I know that I have to go to work, pay my bills, and if I want to buy certain things, finer things, like I like to do, I have to put certain money aside for those things. But if I was never taught the value of money and how to budget money at a younger age, where would I be today? That's just an example, and the importance of learning how to cook and clean and be sufficient. You know what I'm saying? If you never teach your kids these values and these morals, what do you expect? So let me know what you guys think about this video, and holla at your boy. My 10 minutes is up. So shout out to me and let me know what y'all think about this topic.